Hi guys, KaajalDesaiMahajan, a transformation coach and a healer. Do not forget to subscribe my channel at the end of this video. I thought it was very important to share with you all today and cover the topic boundaries and why it is important to hold these boundaries in your life with your relationship. It can be with a friend or your spouse, it can be with your boss or any other relationship that you have in your life. It is always good to have healthy boundaries so that you don't feel drained out, you don't feel that you're constantly justifying yourself to somebody, and you are able to actually express yourself in a safe zone where you hold a space for someone, when they are talking to you or sharing something with you, or for that matter also stand up for your own beliefs and value system in a very healthy way. So let's talk about the first boundary, emotional boundary. Now, most of the times you would have seen and dealing with emotions, human emotions is the most complicated thing. It can actually be like a roller coaster ride for a lot of us, and that happens because we are not able to draw certain healthy boundaries in our relationships. We constantly feel the need to justify ourselves, to explain ourselves to other people, and that leaves us feeling a lot of guilt and hurt and pain, etc. So how in a conversation when you have a friend who wants to share something with you, or you have called up a friend to say that I'm not feeling well today, or I am just emotionally very upset today and I want to share something with you, are you available to talk to me? Correct? That is the first thing that you need to set as a boundary, where if you are entering someone's emotional space or you are allowing someone else to enter your emotional space, firstly you need to have a permission to do that. Secondly, in a conversations when you're constantly, when you're trying to express your feelings to somebody and the other person is operating out of dismissal or rejection, constantly trying to tell you what you're feeling is not right, or you shouldn't feel that way, or you shouldn't feel this way, that is when they are crossing the boundary. You have full right to feel the feelings that you're feeling and to express what you're feeling, right? So also justifying, so where in a conversation you constantly feel the need to keep on justifying why you're feeling the way you're feeling, right? And that's where emotional boundaries play a very important role, where you have full rights to stop someone and tell that other person that or you hold the space for the other person to make them feel very comfortable to share whatever they are feeling. And you can just say that, yeah, okay, carry on, please talk to me, it's okay to feel the way you're feeling, and I completely am empathizing while I'm listening to you, and I'm 100% available to you. And that is an example of an emotional boundary. Let's talk about material boundary now. You might have come across situations like where people are borrowing your stuff, or you are taking someone else's stuff to use. It could be a dress, it could be a book, it could be any other material thing, even money for that matter, right? Where you have lended or borrowed money for that matter with some friend of yours or relative of yours, and when you get that thing back, you see that it's completely soiled, the dress, the way it had gone, it's not coming back the same way. Or your book, like I had this personal experience once where I lended a book to one of a friend, and when the book came back to me, there were pages which were folded, there were certain sentences which were underlined in pen, right? So these are the things where you have complete authority or complete right to call up the person and say that I'm sorry, but the book that I lended you has come back to me not in the nice condition, and I do not appreciate it, and next time please be careful about it. It is absolutely okay to tell someone that you have not actually liked the way they have treated the things that you lended. right? Same goes when you borrow something from someone, right? It is very, very important to not cross the boundary and take other people's things for granted. So that covers the material boundary. Moving on to time and energy. So this can be like, lateness or punctuality, where someone has told you that they will be reaching at 10 o'clock and the person doesn't show up till 11. There is no phone call, there is no message. You have full rights to leave that place and just tell the person that, sorry, you were late and I couldn't wait anymore because I had some other commitments that I needed to attend to, right? And no show, then also taking favors. So for example, you tell someone to do some work for you and that person and you don't pay or you don't reward the person for doing what they have done for you. Sometimes, as an energy healer, I do come across people who ask me to do certain healings for them, and it happens when they do not value the energy or the time that you are putting into the work that you are doing, and every time they have to pay or they have to talk about how much the session would cost or things like that. It's always like, oh, this and that, and negotiations and things like that. It doesn't only limit itself to time, it also limits itself to energy, where you are doing some work for the other person, you are using someone's labor and you don't pay that person, right? So that's the boundary that probably you need to set with other people and for yourself when it comes to your time and your energy. Mental boundaries. There would be certain values, ethics and thoughts, belief system that you have which are very, very personal to you, correct? I mean, for some person, not lying can be a very personal value that they have followed for a very long period of time in their life, and suddenly a friend tells you to manipulate something. You have full rights to say that, sorry, it doesn't match my value system, it doesn't match my belief system, and I love you, I care for you, and as much as I appreciate that you want me to do this for you, however, because it is not in line with my belief system, I will not be able to do it for you. You have complete right to set a very, very healthy boundaries when it comes to your mental space, correct? So if you need time for yourself, if you're a mother and your child is around you, because when you are at home, say you are a homemaker and you are at home, and when you are at home, you are expected to be constantly available to your child, to your husband, to your family members. That's when it is absolutely okay to say that, guys, this particular 1 hour is for myself. I do not wish to be disturbed by anybody, and I have some important task in hand that I need to do, and I need that space for myself. So it's very important to draw these healthy boundaries, and it should be drawn very guilt-free, because at the end of the day, your time is your time. And if someone else needs that time, which is more precious than money, you have complete right to decide when you will be giving that time, how much you will be giving, and to whom. Next is physical boundary. Obviously, this is very self-explanatory. This clearly mentions the proximity, certain kind of unwanted touch, uncomfortable hugs, uncomfortable proximity, physical proximity, or comments on how you're looking, certain comments to do with your this can also cover body shaming very clearly. And if you think that you're not open to such comments, you must talk about it. You must tell the person that you do not appreciate such comments on your body, on your hair, on your skin, or if there is someone who's say there are certain friends and they hug you and they want to sit next to you, very close to you, and if that makes you uncomfortable, be very, very free to express and draw that boundary in your relationships. So this is from me on boundaries. Hope you like the video, and do not forget to subscribe my channel.